Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. As you can guess, it's another book haul. And I'm fully aware that the video that went up prior to this one was my entire physical TBR, which if you've seen it, you'll know exactly why this should not have happened. Book buying ban is imminent. Imminent being the key word because it's probably not going to happen. Hear me out, just hear me out. I acquired these accidentally on purpose. So these are books that I have honestly wanted for a while. I feel like I say this in every haul video, but the problem is there's just an abundance of books out there and I want them all. I'm not entirely sure how many we've got here. I think it is slightly bigger than last time's one. I think I've got about 30, so I've got a lot to get through. I haven't even opened them. We're going to unbox all of these together. The last book haul I did was one of my favourite book hauls because a lot of the books that I bought in there were books that I had found through different types of recommendations through like Goodreads and stuff, as opposed to like the popular and current ones on like booktube and BookTok. A couple of them I have already read since, and they have become some of my favourite reads of the year so far. So this is kind of the same. I wouldn't say every single book in here is a book that's not popular, per se. There are quite a lot of books in here that aren't being spoken about all the time, doing the rounds, that sort of thing. I feel like those are the kind of the best books. So we've got a good selection here. We've got dark romance, contemporary romance. I don't know if I've got any fantasy books this time, actually. I already can't remember what I bought. So let's just get into them. We'll do the boxes first, and then we'll do... Actually, do you know what? They're on top. Let's just get through these first. Do you ever find these Amazon tabs so satisfying to do? Because I do. What's in here? I believe... Oh yeah, perfect. So, this is a bit of random selection. In my book shopping vlog, I bought Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and a lot of people said to me on there, and actually on my BookTok, when I did also do the haul on my TikTok, that it is the third book in like a trilogy of interconnected standalones, and that they would highly recommend that I read the other two books first. Rom-com isn't my favourite genre, but there is something about Abby Jimenez which is making me want to read her books. Even people that I follow that read dark romance love her stuff. So I picked up A Part of Your World. I also got Yours Truly, I think, which must be in another package, but I picked up A Part of Your World by her because I do want to read it in order. I also really enjoyed reading Praise by Sarah Kate, which then led me to go and buy the rest of the whole entire Salacious Plays Club series. So I picked up Mercy by Sarah Kate. The rest of the series I'm sure will be in here somewhere. I really like this cover. I think this colour is really satisfying. I don't know why. I wouldn't say that that is my favourite colour. Purple definitely is, but for something about the cover of this book speaks to me. Next. Oh, I just love doing that. It's better than opening presents at Christmas. What have we got in here? So... yeah, there we go. So Yours Truly, I think it's the second book, so I picked that up as well. I can't believe I'm buying rom-coms. Honestly, I don't think I've bought a rom-com for way over a year now, so I'm pretty surprised at myself. Also got Give Me More, which is another book in the Salacious Plays Club series. I don't know what order these go in, but I'm pretty sure these are like books 3 and 4, I think. Then there's 2 more in here. Yep, so I got Highest Bidder and then Eyes on Me. And I think Madame is the last one, but that hasn't released in these covers yet. So I'm just waiting for that one to come out, and I will definitely be grabbing that one because I have a feeling I'm going to have so much fun with this series. And also, I think I'm like one of the last people in the world to read this series. I decided to start stacking those behind me. So, on to huge box number 1. These books are really heavy, and I think basically everything from here on out is dark romance. I don't know how to open this. I haven't got like keys or anything. I've located a nail file. I feel like that will do the job. It's one of those like, I don't know. Let's begin, shall we? I'll take 2 books at a time. Oh yes, that book is so much chunkier than I thought it was going to be. So, Lee Rivers is an author who is showing up on my radar because she writes predominantly dark romance, and that's predominantly what I read. So this is the Edge of Darkness trilogy. So this is book 2 and 3, which is Voracious and Restitution. What is it about dark romance covers that just look so dark romance? And I mean, obviously that would make sense, but just it's just like, even though these are like discreet covers, I feel like if you've read these in public, people would literally look and be like, what is she reading? But anyway, these are great covers. I love them. But yes, so I've got Restitution and Voracious. Right, so this is a book I'm really excited for. I recently read The Fabric of Our Souls by K.M. Moronova, which actually was a book that I did buy in my last haul. I realised that she also has another series called All Crows Academy. This is the second book, which is Secrets of All Crows, and I believe that this is actually fantasy romance, but it's like dark fantasy romance, and I'm really, really excited because I really love The Fabric of Our Souls and I want to read more by her. So that's that book. So The Pucking Wrong Guy, if anyone is familiar with The Pucking Wrong Number, that is a dark stalker hockey romance, and I loved it. It was so unhinged, but I loved every second of it. So there's 2 more books that have come out in that series. I think this is the second one. But anyway, listen, if she writes these men like she wrote Lincoln Daniels, save me. And then these are some books that I am insanely excited for. Tay James very quickly became one of my favourite authors after I read the Madison Kate series. So there is also another series called The Guild, which is set in this, I don't know if it's set in the same world actually, I think it is, as the Madison Kate series and as the Hades series as well. So I bought the trilogy. This is Dead Drop. I really like the covers on these. These are very different to her other covers. I do believe these are sort of like her alternate editions of them. They were so insanely expensive, but I needed to have these ones over the ones with the people on them because I did not like the ones with the people on, guys. I couldn't do it. They were really, I'll be honest, they were quite tacky, so I had to spend the extra to get these covers. These are the other 2 books in that series, so whoa, that is chunky. This is Honey Trap, which is the first book in that series. Guys, look at the size. This book is so chunky. And then this is Kill Order, which is the last book in the series. These are lovely, lovely covers. They were worth the extra. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Everybody's saying who read them that these are so much better than Madison Kate and the Hades series. So yeah, I definitely had to get them because I love the Madison Kate series. So if this is better, I'm here for it. What else is in here? That author I mentioned earlier, Lee Rivers, I also got her book Little Stranger, which is a book that's been doing the rounds on BookTok recently. It's meant to be questionably insane, but sometimes I like that. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, which is probably good because if it's going to be that crazy, then smaller books are easier to digest when they take it that far. I have heard about a couple of scenes that are in this that I'm like, part of me is like, what the hell? And then the other part of me is like, I need to read it. And this is the other book in that series, which is The Pucking Wrong Date by C.R. Jane, which is the dark hockey romance series. I don't know if they're all stalker romances or what the situation is. I wanted to buy the second one after I read the first one, and then I heard like one bad review for it and it kind of put me off. But actually, you know what? I think you have to take reviews with a pinch of salt because reading is so subjective. I think it depends how dark and unhinged you like your dark romances. I don't mind the men doing crazy things as long as it's relatively justified. Okay, and then the last box. So the first book is My Dark Desire by LJ Shen and Parker S. Huntington. I read My Dark Romeo last year and I think I gave it like 4.75 stars. I really, really enjoyed that. But I had to get this off Blackwell's because they've since been traditionally published and I had the indie published version of the old one and the new one obviously would not have matched. I also preferred this cover over the one that's published in the UK, but yeah, I had to pick this one up. I'm really excited to read this because actually people are saying that this is even better than the first one and I thought the first one was really good. And then I mentioned, didn't I, that I really enjoyed that book, The Fabric of Our Souls. I enjoyed it so much so that I had to buy the other 2 versions of the covers that she had because she said she was being traditionally published and that they would be going out of print, and I panicked and I was like, I love that book so much, I need to have these other editions. I picked up this cover. The formatting of this book is one of the most beautiful books I own, considering it's not like an actual special edition. This is just so beautiful. I just needed it because I love them so much. I think some of the pictures in the book as well are slightly different, but yeah, I had to get it. Because I have a book buying problem, I also bought the hardback version because 1, that's just stunning. That is just so beautiful. And 2, wait till you see the naked hardback of it. I can't. There is no way I could not have this book, especially considering it's one of my favourite reads now, ever. This is the naked hardback of the book, which has got 2 of our main characters on it, which is just absolutely stunning. So I now have that book in 3 editions. And I'm not upset about it because last box, there's quite a few books in here still though. This is The Anti-Hero by Sarah Kate, and I think some of the tropes in it are pretty out there. Like the next book, which is The Homewrecker, which I wanted to get, but I wanted it in this cover and it had gone out of stock, so I've had to wait. Which means next time I buy it, I'm probably gonna have to get some more books with it. After reading Praise by Sarah Kate, I've just been going through everything else she's got, and she's got loads of books. She's got a Why Choose duet, I think, called like 4 and 5. I needed it as of yesterday. I mean, I have added it onto my wish list, but I need all her stuff right now. So I bought The Anti-Hero. I also got a series by B.B. Reed, which I don't actually think I've seen a single review for. Obviously people have read it, of course, but it's low key, I think. And it's a academic bully dark romance, and it's called When Rivals Play. There's 4 books in it. Okay, I can only see the first 3 books that are in the top of this so far. So one of them is, I don't think this is in order. So The Prince and the Pawn. Then it's The Moth to the Flame, The Peer and the Puppet. And there is one more book, which I will grab for you guys in just a second. I also got Medicine Man by Saffron A. Ken. I actually think I got this recommendation off of somebody commenting on my last book haul saying, if you like Saffron A. Ken, I would really recommend Medicine Man. So I got that book as well. I've only read 1 book by her. That was all it took for me to want to read her whole backlist because I was really blown away by it. Now this is the first book. You know I said I've got the Secrets of All Crows, the dark fantasy book by K.M. Moranova. This is the first book to it, so it's called Of Deathless Shadows. This one also comes with a hardback that has that same kind of artwork. I'm trying my best to wait till I've at least read the book before I buy it. Whether I manage to do that or not, I don't know, because it's so beautiful, but then I'm like, do I need to, what if I don't like it? What if I read this series and I don't like it? Very doubtful, otherwise I wouldn't have bought the series. Yeah, anyway, so I got that book as well, that's the first one. This is by Sheridan Ann and it's called Haunted Love. I do have another book by her, which is Pretty Monster, which is a stalker romance. This is a new release, I think. Honestly, I saw 1 review on it, I haven't seen any others, and it was based off of a girl who we have very similar reading tastes. I very much trust her recommendations, and she got this as an ARC and said it was amazing. So I bought it. The other Lee Rivers trilogy that I was talking about, where I had the other 2 books, this is the first book, which is Insatiable. I recently made a Bookstagram account and I've been seeing this floating around on there. And I think for somebody who's new to it and not following that many people, to see this series popping up over and over again, it must mean good things. Bookish girl maths. That is a stack and a half. This is the other book to the When Rivals Play series by B.B. Reed, which is The Punk and the Plaything. So this is the 4 books in the series. Really like the spines, they're really pretty. These are absolutely not going to be able to go on there because it's all going to fall on my head. And this is Pretty Little Psycho by M. Violet. Again, by the way, this book is so cool inside. It's literally got black pages. I don't know what it is about books that are just formatted really nicely, but it just really satisfies me. I don't actually know a lot about this at all. This is a book that I saw on Goodreads and I was like, I absolutely need to read that. I think it's Why Choose. Yeah, I mean, on the back it says I crave them, so it's definitely what I choose. I'm trying to branch out and just read books that I don't know a lot about. I'm just trying to surprise myself and go in blind. It's been working pretty well so far. It's a lot of books considering I have no shelf space. I actually have no idea where I'm going to put these books, like absolutely no idea. I am going to have to do another bookshelf organisation because there are books on here that I can definitely move off these shelves and make space for my dark romances. I'm going to get TBR cart for 2 reasons. It's going to double up as extra bookshelf space without having to get another bookshelf, and also so that I can keep track with my TBR as well. So I will probably vlog that for you guys. We'll just do like a bookish day content vlog, build my TBR cart, sort out my bookshelves. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss that upcoming video. But anyway guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.